The Rockets dodged a major bullet this offseason by not performing this signing, as this would have been bad news for the Rockets, as we're going to give you the details as to what exactly this situation was right here on Rockets Digest. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Donovan Ricondo, and it's been a while, Rockets fans, but I am back ready to give you the latest news, rumors, and updates regarding your favorite H-Town team, the Houston Rockets, and we have a pretty exciting one for you today. It's the offseason. Not a lot is going on. Alperen Şengün is playing like a boss overseas. I am excited to see him come back to Houston and play like that for us. Kevin Durant is still no contract signed, no extension signed rather, with the Houston Rockets. But we do have this anecdote from the offseason about a player that could have been signed by the Rockets. As we know, the Rockets went on an absolute tear this offseason, signing, or adding Kevin Durant, Clint Capella, Dorian Finney-Smith, Josh Okogie, and adding so much to this roster and signing players to extensions. And there's another player that could have been in the mix of all of that, and that is none other than former Houston Rocket Patrick Beverley. As many of you know, Patrick Beverley played, I think, 4 or 5 seasons in Houston back in their 2010s, as he revealed that he had some failed negotiations with the Houston Rockets this off season. Patrick Beverley recently linked up with kick streamer Neon. During their stream together, Beverley revealed that he had been in talks with the Houston Rockets. He noted that he was working out and negotiating with the Rockets. However, because of their salary cap, the Rockets couldn't offer him a guaranteed contract. And here is the exact quote from Patrick Beverley saying, quote, "I was this close to signing with the Rockets. That's why I have been in Houston. I've been in Houston working out for the Rockets for the last 2 to 3 weeks. I was really close, but with the cap, they don't have a lot of space, which means they can't really guarantee it because I think they're at the first apron. But yeah, I was really, really close. I was really close," end quote. He is not wrong about the salary cap and being in the first apron. We absolutely were. That was the situation that we were in and currently still are in. And I don't think it's a great idea to get past the first apron to sign a guy like Patrick Beverley, who is way beyond past his prime and really would have just put us in a bad or in a worse financial situation with the team. So I completely agree with the Rockets front office for not making this decision. I think it would just be a useless signing that would just, put us in a financial situation where we would be locked in what we could do for the next seasons, being in that second. And so I think overall this is a good thing for the Rockets. As great as it would be to have Patrick Beverley back on the Houston Rockets and have him be kind of a veteran and have him be that kind of player for us. But at the same time, he isn't that player anymore. He isn't the defensive juggernaut that he was in the 2010s or his previous stint with Houston. So I think it's a great decision by the Rockets, and do think this was, something that just was not meant to be. And on top of that, Kevin Durant and Patrick Beverley have history with themselves as players, right? Kevin Durant once calling Patrick Beverley a pest on defense. Whether or not that's in like awful taste or what. Like, he's just saying Patrick Beverley, is how he played defense. He was a very scrappy, get up in your face kind of defender, and Kevin Durant had comments to say about that when they were playing against each other, as Kevin Durant said this about the whole situation, saying, quote, "Guys aren't even looking at the 3-point line. They're just forcing guys inside the 3-point line. For us, when I get the ball in my spots, I've got a pest, Patrick Beverley, who is up underneath me. Quote, I can definitely shoot over the top and score every time if it's a one-on-one situation, but we got a guy that's dropping and helping and another guy that's just sitting on me, waiting to dribble the basketball." And so it's a very fun thing to, think about these two guys being on the same team and working under Ime Udoka. But at the same time, it's just not something that was in the cards for the Houston Rockets. Patrick Beverley has been trying to make his way back in the league into a position that is going to, kind of just keep him there, kind of be on what Jeff Green is on right now, at a veteran minimum contract, and just kind of being there to, facilitate and make sure all the young players are falling in line and that everything is okay, and just kind of show like what is expected of an NBA player and of an NBA team. And so that's what those players provide. I don't think we need any more of those players. I don't think it's an absolute necessity that we should have added Patrick Beverley. in terms of nostalgia, sure, why not, right? Like cool. Let's have Pat Bev on the team once again. But overall, the numbers just don't add up. Find it most interesting that they were working out with him. I feel like if something like Clint Capella didn't work out or something like Josh Okogie didn't work out, Patrick Beverley would have been a good backup option. But the fact that we signed both of those guys, to me, is just, more reason as to why to not make this signing. But I'm kind of curious to know what you guys think about the whole situation. I feel like I'm not saying anything crazy, but I'm very curious. Would you have liked to see the Rockets sign Patrick Beverley? That's supposed to be a question mark. That's a backslash. That's my fault. I should have pressed shift. But let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if that would have been something you would have wanted to see. Or would it have just been a useless move, something, I don't know if Patrick Beverley and Kevin Durant get along. I don't know. Calling someone a pest, I think it's all friendly banter when it comes to basketball, of course. But I don't know. It just doesn't really seem to add up for the team. It does not seem to be exactly what would be in the best interest. And I think when you look at the roster the way it is, you can't look at the roster and say, oh, this needs Patrick Beverley. Like, it absolutely does not. The Rockets have constructed a top 3 lineup, a top 3 roster in the NBA this offseason. Again, with adding KD, adding DFS, adding Clint Capella, Josh Okogie to round out some of that, re-signing Jabari Smith to a new contract, for VanVleet as well. You still have Alperen Şengün, who is absolutely balling overseas. If you guys have not watched Alperen Şengün highlights in the past month or so, he is absolutely balling overseas. He had a triple-double just the other day, proving that he is going to be one of the best players in the NBA next season. I fully expect him to be an all-star once again, a 2-time all-star back-to-back years. Alperen Şengün is on an absolute tear. And so when I look at this roster and I understand what it is and what it can be, it's very, very encouraging as a Rockets fan in terms of what we can do with not only next year, but also the year after and the year after. Now, there's still not any word on what a KD contract will look like. Again, the last update we had was that could possibly be pushed till next season. We fully expect him to re-sign. It's just a matter of how much and for how long. The rumor is about 2 years. I don't see him going 3, if you ask me. I think 2 is kind of the sweet spot of where he wants to be, where he wants to end his career. But that is the situation with the Houston Rockets right now with the team. If you have any comments or questions about that, go ahead and let me know in the comments as well. This has been another episode of Rockets Digest. I appreciate you joining me. It's great to be back on this channel and getting some videos up for H-Town and for all you Rockets fans. And as always, if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it below if you want to stay up to date on your favorite H-Town team, the Houston Rockets. So go ahead and subscribe now. We'll see you on the next one. Adios.